Welcome to this comprehensive exploration of legal frameworks, theories of justice and the role of law in society for A-level students. This module is the nature of law. So let's have a little look at an overview. We have legal rules and norms, so understanding the distinction between legal rules and other societal norms. We have law, morality and justice, where we will explore the complex relationship between legal frameworks, moral principles and theories of justice. We have legal systems, which will examine criminal and civil law differences and the historical development of English law. And we have theoretical foundations, which will analyse the rule of law, theories of justice and law's role in social control, starting with the distinction between legal rules and other norms. Society functions through various types of rules and normative systems. Now, legal rules are just one of these. They are one of the types of rule that govern human behaviour. Lord Devlin stated that society cannot live without morals. Its morals are those standards of conduct which the reasonable man approves. But be careful. Not all morals are actually stated in law, and not every single law reflects common morality. So, what are the core characteristics of legal rules? Well, they're state enforced. They're backed by government authority. So this includes, for example, the police, the court system, and other enforcement agencies. And this can also include people like bailiffs. They're universally binding. They apply to everyone within that jurisdiction, regardless of your social class, your gender, your religion, your personal belief, your values, your race. It doesn't matter. Everyone is bound. And there are formal sanctions. There are very clear, written, so codified consequences for breaches of these rules. Now, these could include fines, community service, but they could also include imprisonment, or there may be civil remedies as well, for example, injunction or damages. H.L.A. Hart stated that legal rules are distinguished by their internal aspect. We accept legal rules as binding. There is also an external aspect, and these are observable compliance patterns. We comply with the rules, and you can see this in everyday life. There are other normative systems too. There are moral rules, social rules, and religious rules. Now, moral rules, these are based on our personal conscience or religious beliefs of what is right and what is wrong. They're not normally written, so they're not codified. How are they enforced then? Well, it's through guilt, shame, or disapproval of others in society, your friends, your family. These rules may vary significantly between cultures and between people. There are also social rules. These are your customs, your norms, your mores, your etiquette, the conventions of that particular society. And they tend to govern interactions between people. Now, how are these enforced? Well, it's social pressure and exclusion. If you don't follow the social rules, you're excluded until you conform. Now, social rules do not tend to be written. They're usually unwritten. However, they are widely understood by people. Then we have religious rules. Now, these tend to come from sacred texts such as the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, other texts, also from religious authorities. They are observed by people who follow that particular belief, that particular faith. So how are they enforced? Well, they're enforced two ways. One, by the actual religious community itself, and also from your own spiritual belief and what the consequences will be to your actions that have broken those rules. Now, sometimes these religious rules overlap with legal rules. For example, thou shalt not kill. So, let's have a little comparative analysis with legal and other norms. Legal rules tend to be formally written down. They are documented and they are written in clearly legal language. So they're more formal, but they're also clear because they're written. Those that are unwritten, obviously, are less clear and they're more open to interpretation. So when you get court cases like Donoghue v Stevenson 1932, this actually set the precedent for negligence cases. This legal principle that was established made negligence more formal, but it made it clearer. Otherwise, it could have been quite ambiguous. Legal rules have a strict enforcement mechanism. It comes via the state, through the police or through the courts. Other norms may not have such strict enforcement mechanisms. But, for example, you could be excluded from your family, from your community. Your friends may disapprove of you. So, when you break a social norm, for example, the punishment might be that you're left disapproved, embarrassed, lonely. Whereas when you break a law, there are actually strict, formal sanctions due to the fact that there are these enforcement mechanisms. Legal rules apply universally within jurisdictions. And as I said before, this is regardless of your age, your sex or gender, your weight, your height, your ethnicity, your religious belief. It doesn't matter. Those strict rules are there and they apply to everybody. An example is the law of theft. That applies equally across the board. It doesn't matter who you are, or it shouldn't matter who you are.